Hello students, how are you all? Do you used to read your books? No or yes? See, this corona is not letting us to open our school. So we have to get back to online classes again to continue our studies. Do you remember what we studied in the class? In chapter 1, we studied about the northern mountains and the northern plains. And in chapter 2, we studied about the Peninsula Plateau. Now, today, let us learn about the Great Indian Desert in chapter 3. Chapter 3, the Great Indian Desert. We have seen what covers the north region of India and the central part of India too. What covers the northern region? The Himalayan mountains and the northern plains. And what covers the central part of India? The Peninsula Plateau. Now let us travel the northwest area of our country and look at the expanse of sand that covers a large part of a state, India's desert land. Which is that state? Rajasthan. And what is expanse? Expanse is a vast area or a very wide area. Very wide area of land is covered with sand. And that is called a desert. So what is a desert? A desert is an area of land covered with sand. And that receives very less rainfall. Or sometimes it doesn't get rainfall at all. There will not be any rain for long time there in that place. Deserts have very little or no vegetation. What is meant by vegetation? Vegetation is the plants found in an area. What is vegetation? The plants found in an area. That may be trees, the shrubs, the flowering plants, whatever may be. All those are the vegetation. So, what is there on the northwestern part of our country? A vast desert. It is also known as the Thar Desert. What is that called? The Thar Desert. It is also known as the Great Indian Desert. It is also known as the Great Indian Desert. Most part of this desert lies in the state of Rajasthan and it extends up to Pakistan in the west. The desert is surrounded by the Aravalli range in the eastern side. You remember Aravalli range? Northwestern part of Deccan Plateau, there is the Aravalli range. Beyond that, it is the Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert. So as I told you, the Thar Desert mainly lies in the state of Rajasthan. Western part of it extends up to Pakistan. On the eastern side of the Thar Desert, what we can see? It is the Aravalli range, a small mountain range which is seen in the eastern side of the Indian desert. Now let us see the characteristics or the different features of the Great Indian Desert. What all we can see in the Great Indian Desert. The Thar Desert is dry and sandy as it receives scanty rainfall. The summers are hot and dry and the winters are cold. What is the feature of this Thar Desert? It is dry and sandy. Why it is dry? Because it doesn't get rainfall. During summer, it is very hot there in the desert and it is very dry and the winters are very cold. Second feature of this desert is the desert is hot during day but cold at night. You know why? The sand gets very hot during daytime and the sand cools down very fast during night. So day will be very hot and night will be very cold. And next is the river Luni flows in the Thar Desert. Look at this, the blue line here. That is the river Luni that flows in this desert. but will be dry for most of the time of the year. Another is the Sambar Lake. The name of a lake there, it is Sambar Lake. Sambar Lake is also located here in Rajasthan, in this desert. And one thing more, the water in the Sambar Lake is salt water. It will be having the taste of salt. That's why it is a salt water lake. The Sambar Lake is a salt water lake. Due to scanty rainfall, not many plants grow in the desert. We found that desert doesn't have rainfall all through the year. It gets rainfall once in a while. And because of that, plants are very small in number. Very small number of plants are seen there in the desert. Thorny shrubs and bushes, cacti, kikar, bubble, and date palms are some plants that grow here. What are the plants grow here? Thorny shrubs and bushes and cacti, kikar, bubble tree, and date palms are some of the plants that grow here in the desert. Dust storms usually blow in the desert as there is very little vegetation to keep the soil from being eroded. You know what is dust storm? Dust storms are strong winds that carry dust and sand over a large area. When that dust wind blows, sand and all those what is there all will be carried to far off places. And since there is no plans to stop this storm, all the things, especially the sand and the dust, will be taken to far away distances because vegetation cover, plant cover is very less there. Small hills of sand called sand dunes are formed by these strong winds. So when these strong winds blow, what happens? Small hills of sand will be formed, and that small hills of sand is called as sand dunes. You can see this is sand dune. Okay. It is formed because of the strong wind that is blown there in the desert. In some places, underground water comes to the surface and forms a pool. See, look at this. Somewhere in the middle of the desert, you can find this type of a place. It will have water because underground water will be coming to the surface, and that forms a small pool there. And around that, there will be some plants grown because they get water there. People also come to take water from there. So such small patches of water in the middle of desert, we call that as, what do we call that? It is called as oasis. What do we call that? Oasis. Due to the presence of water, plants and trees grow there, and thus it forms an oasis. What is an oasis? It's a small patch of water found in the middle of desert which has got some plants and trees around that. People usually live in areas close to this oasis because they get water. In other parts of the desert there will be no water, and so people also will be living near the oasis so that they can get water easily. Another feature is the camel. The camel is called the ship of the desert. You know why? People used to travel on the back of the camel. They carry loads on the back of this camel, and it is called as the ship of the desert. Camels are an important means of transportation in desert. Due to shortage of water supply in the desert, people travel long distances to obtain water from various sources. So you can see women, they are carrying pots and taking water from different places, mainly from the oasis, because there is no sufficient supply of water. There is no sufficient rain, and that's why water supply is very less. And that's why people have to go for long distances for collecting water. And to solve this problem, the government has built the Indira Gandhi Canal. Look at this. This is Indira Gandhi Canal. Indira Gandhi Canal is constructed by the government for taking water from a river, and that water is supplied to different parts through the canal. This canal reaches almost all the parts of that state. From the river Satluj, water is taken to this canal, and that water is used for growing crops such as jowar, bajra, wheat and maize. Many people in the desert still lead a nomadic life. What do you mean by nomadic life? People who do not stay in any one place. They'll be moving from place to place. From one place to another place they'll be going always. They'll not be settling in one place. Now let us see the importance of the great Indian desert. The desert region attracts tourists from all over India and the world. Tourists from different parts of India and different parts of the world, they come to see the beautiful places there in the desert. People come here to enjoy the beauty of the desert and the unique lifestyle of its people. Told you, people from all over India and different parts of the world, they come to Rajasthan, to this great Indian desert, to enjoy the beauty of the desert and the lifestyle of the people. Because such lifestyle is seen only in the desert. That type of lifestyle we cannot see anywhere other than the desert. So to see that, people they come from different parts of the world and different parts of our country. Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Bikaner are some of the towns popular among tourists. Which are the towns popular among the tourists? Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Bikaner. These are the main areas, main places which are very popular among the tourists. Most tourists, they travel to Jaisalmer, Jodhpur and Bikaner. The region also supports wildlife such as the black buck. This is black buck. And chingara. This is chingara. Desert fox. See, look at that. This is desert fox. And the endangered great Indian bustard. What do you mean by endangered? It is at a serious risk of extinction. What is extinction? Dying out completely. The number of this great Indian bustard is very less in the country. And after some times, they may not be seen on the earth. Because that much small is the number of black bucks in our country. So these type of animals can be seen in the desert. There is one national park in Jaisalmer. The name of that national park is Desert National Park. And there is a wildlife sanctuary. Its name is Nara Desert Wildlife Sanctuary. What is the name of that? Nara Desert Wildlife Sanctuary. These all are set up there for the protection of wild animals there in the desert. There are several palaces and forts built by the Rajput kings several years ago that attracts people from different parts of the world. This is all about the chapter. Now you take your textbook and read the chapter, underline all the difficult words in that, then write them into your notebook. Write those words 5 times each.